Did you know that 62% of adults worldwide feel they don't get enough sleep, and 67% experience sleep disturbances at least once a night? This survey also found that adults sleep an average of 6.8 hours on weekdays and 7.8 hours on weekends, which is less than the recommended 8 hours. In addition, 44% of the adults in this survey said their sleep had worsened over the past 5 years. Box breathing and stretching are effective for improving sleep quality and reducing stress because they directly influence the body's nervous system and overall relaxation. Box breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system. It involves a rhythmic pattern of inhaling, holding, exhaling, and holding again, typically in counts of 4. The parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for the rest and digest functions of the body. This activation helps reduce stress, lower heart rate, and calm the mind, making it easier to fall asleep and improve sleep quality. Helps you with focus and mindfulness. Concentration required to maintain the breathing pattern helps redirect the mind away from stressors and induce a state of mindfulness. This mental focus reduces the presence of racing thoughts and anxiety, which are common barriers to falling asleep. Lowers cortisol levels. Controlled breathing exercises like box breathing can lower cortisol, the stress hormone. Stretching relieves muscle tension. Stretching helps release tension stored in the muscles, particularly in areas like the neck, shoulders, and lower back, which often carry stress. Increases blood flow. Gentle stretching increases circulation, delivering more oxygen to the muscles and tissues. This enhanced circulation helps the body enter a more relaxed state, which is conducive to falling asleep. Stretching promotes relaxation. Stretching before bed encourages the body to unwind physically, signaling to the brain that it's time to transition into a restful state. The repetitive, slow movements and deep breaths taken during stretching can also help slow the heart rate and reduce the production of stress hormones, promoting a sense of calm. Together, box breathing and stretching create a powerful combination that not only helps reduce stress, but also prepares the mind and body for a restful night's sleep. Welcome back to 360 Strong Women. Today we're going to work on de-stressing our bodies, balancing out our hormones, and we're going to do that with box breathing and gentle stretching. This is something that you can do when you wake up in the morning, if you want to start that day, get things moving, but do it in a way where you're nice and calm and de-stressed. Or you can do this at night if you are a person who has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep at night. Turn off your electronics about an hour before you're ready to go to sleep. Take a nice soak, a warm shower, and then I want you to do this. So go ahead and grab your mat. That's all you're going to need today. And I'm going to teach you box breathing. And we have done box breathing before with our meditative and our breathing techniques. So go ahead and hit our button, like, subscribe, and share, and then you can go in and do a longer tutorial on that. I want to keep this moving, so I'm going to give the directives. We're going to do some box breathing. We're going to use a 4 count today. If you've never done box breathing, you might start with a 2 count and then work up to a 4 count. I'm kind of doing in the middle. If you do box breathing, you might be at a 10 count, 15 count, something like that. I want you to work up to it, and I don't want anybody to feel like they're getting dizzy. The other thing I need you to do is pull your body up really nice and tall when you're in your Sukhasana, your easy seated pose. We have to keep our head above our heart so we don't get dizzy. So that's really important. And then you're going to take your Sukhasana, so you're going to sit right up on your sits bones. If you feel like you need a blanket to support yourself, go ahead and get a yoga blanket or a blanket or a double mat if you need that. And then we're going to find our Sukhasana, our easy seated pose. Consider that it doesn't have to be this tight. Dorsiflex the toes coming towards the knees. I'm going to pull the pit of the belly in and up, roll my shoulders back, keep my apple under my chin, drive the crown of my head to the ceiling. I'm rolling my shoulders back and stacking that scapula. So I want to align my body for fixing my frame, 1, spinal alignment, and then 2, getting the oxygen working correctly and getting our nervous system working correctly. And this is more of a calming way. So you can use box breathing to calm your body down, put yourself in parasympathetic nervous system. That's that restorative system that our body uses to restore muscles, restore ligaments and tendons, restore cartilage, restore our nervous system, restore all of the systems, skeletal, respiratory, digestion, endocrine, all of the systems that work in our body, and relaxes and restores our brain. So parasympathetic nervous system, very important, because we usually stay in sympathetic nervous system, which is your higher stress. Got to get things done, got to be moving, have to have cortisol to fight or flight. We need those systems to work correctly. So it's not a bad system. It's just that we need to use our systems appropriately. So when we're up, we're being productive throughout the day, being a productive citizen, we need to use that sympathetic nervous system. When we need to relax and we need to restore, to rejuvenate our bodies, we need to learn how to put it into parasympathetic nervous system. And this is just one way to do it. You can also use box breathing if you're in stressed situations and you feel like you have heart palpitations, you are breathing, you feel anxiety coming on, you're in a high stressed meeting, you're in a high stress situation where you have to confront somebody, right, about a situation. And so we all have these different scenarios which can be higher stressed. We need to learn how to relax that so that we can make a good cognition, right, a good decision. So we need our thinking caps on, and we don't want monkey brain. In order to do that, we can't stay in sympathetic nervous system all the time. We need to restore it. And so you can use box breathing in stressful situations as well, but I like to use it before I go to bed. It just helps me sleep a little bit better. And here's the technique. And I'm going to use my hands to help you cue you. But normally what I would be doing is just maybe putting my hands in my lap or putting my hands on my heart, one of those. I'm going to cue you though. So the inhale is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to hold my breath, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to hold my breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. So think about it like a box. 1, inhale, hold, exhale, hold. But I'm just going to come up, stop, down, stop so that you can cue. Roll your shoulders back. Take a big breath in. Get rid of it. Exhale it away. Perfect. We begin. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. One more time. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Last time. And done. Take a big breath in. Then open your mouth and sigh it all away. After that, you should be feeling nice and relaxed, nice and calm. And you can work those breaths up and down. So it could be 2 count, 3 count. We did a 4 count. You could keep going. You could do a 10 count. Count all the way up to 10. Breathe in, hold it for 10. Exhale for 10. And then hold it for 10 and breathe again. It takes practice, but the more you do, not only does it help your cardiovascular and your lung capacity, strengthening those lungs, the capacity to put more air in, but it helps restore the body and put you into that nice parasympathetic nervous system. So that's one way to heal the gut, restore the body, restore the brain, de-stress yourself, balance hormones, and another way to be able to get good quality sleep. So we want to be practicing box breathing. And then I'm going to go ahead and do some gentle stretching before I tuck myself in. I've done my box breathing, and now I'm going to fall into my child's pose, my balasana. Now you'll notice that I was in Sukhasana, my easy seated pose, and now I want to take my legs the other way. So I'm going to stretch them open, big toes touch in the back, knees go wide on the mat. My glutes are going to come towards my heels, and I'm going to stretch my fingers out, lengthen through the spine. We want oxygen coming through the spine. We want to stretch the spine open. So again, we are fixing our frame. We want spinal alignment so our nervous system works correctly. Breathe in and exhale that away. Just get rid of it. And as I begin to breathe in and out through my nose, my Ujjayi breath, I'm going to breathe in, lengthen my fingers forward. As I exhale, I want to drive my glutes towards my heels. Another big breath in. Exhale it away. And one more big breath. And exhale that out. I'm going to raise my left hand and drive it under my right armpit and land on my deltoid. Just to stretch it open, long and lean, threading the needle, stretching the shoulders, lengthening out my upper back, my spine, opening up my hips. One more breath in and out, right into your child's pose. And then lift up for the other side and drive that into threading the needle. Couple more breaths in and out here. And come back to center, one big breath in. As I exhale out, I want to drive into my tabletop. We've done all of these exercises before. So if you need a deeper tutorial, go into our yoga playlist. So I want to stack my wrist, my elbow is nice and soft, and my shoulder. I'm hip width. I have an apple under my chin. I'm going to pull the pit of the belly in and up, roll my shoulders back, and I'm looking at the end of my mat. I'm going to take a nice cat-cow. So as I inhale, I'm going to put flexion in my back, soften my belly. As I exhale, I want to put extension into the spine, like I'm pushing my back up into the ceiling. So nice flexion and extension into the spine. Again, spinal alignment, nice posture, flexibility in the spine, pushing out all those toxins, all that stress. Big inhale, big exhale. One more here. And then I'm going to bring my hands to scapation. Push a little bit into my down dog. Lengthen through that spine again. You could pedal your dog out. The back of your legs are tight. And then just gently walk up. I'm still hip width. So if there's 2 fists between your feet, you are hip width for you. I want to drive my hips over my ankle. And then I want to soften these knee joints. Again, oxygenated blood coming through the body. Into my nice ragdoll. I may grab opposite elbows with my hands and then twist this open. This is a low back stretch, getting that L1 through 5, your lower lumbar. It's opening up that QL, stretching it out. You get halfway lift if you need a little bit more, and then exhale and fold. One of my favorite stretches. Inhale, halfway lift again. I'm going to turn to face you, fold. Then as I halfway lift one more time, I'm going to take my feet out, right and left side, and come down into my yogi squat, opening up my hips around the hip joint, but also allowing my low back to stretch out. Now you may need a block underneath your glutes. That's okay. Just feel everything lengthen out, lengthen through. And then as I exhale out of that, I'm just going to push my legs straight out in front of me. I'm on my sits bone. Again, just like I'm sitting right up onto my hips and driving both in. Lift up and fold into your seated forward fold, your Paschimottanasana. Nice softness in those joints, apple under the chin. I'm not dumping my shoulders, rounding out my back, or dropping my head below my heart. I am stretching out my body. Big inhale, big exhale. So lengthening again through the spine and all the way through the back of the legs, from the Achilles, all the way through your calves, into your popliteal space, all the way through the hamstrings, into the glutes, into your low back. Big inhale, big exhale. And roll all the way to the top. You're going to go ahead and just open up your legs for you, wherever that is. So if you're here, that's okay, as long as you feel the stretch. So you're just going to go to where you need to go. And again, you can use blocks. Tools are great. I'm sitting right up on my sits bone, so I'm not leaning into one hip or the other. My toes dorsiflex towards the knees. I want to keep these knees nice and fluid and soft. I'm going to reach up and lengthen through, and then fold forward again. Big inhales, big exhales. Oxygen matters here. Not rounding out the back or dropping my head below my heart. Opening up these abductors and abductors again, all around the legs, all around the hips, stretching out that spine. I'm going to come to my half butterfly so that I can move into that side body lift up. And again, drop down, but I'm not lifting this hip up. I'm driving it down as I lift up and open up and lift my side body, getting all that fascia between my rib cage and my obliques, those big lat muscles. And I'm going to tick-tock over to the other side. It's a little shorter on this side. I'm going to stretch it open, and then we'll switch legs. Couple big breaths in and out. You can take as long or as little as you need. If you're just practicing, it might be like a 30-second hold, a 10-second hold before you move to the next one, maybe just a few breaths. And then as you get more practice in this, you may want to hang out a little bit longer here. Just till you feel that nice yummy stretch. Go to the other side. This is not intended to be a long yoga session. This is intended to stretch the body out as you begin to relax, as you put yourself into a parasympathetic nervous system so that your body is ready for its long rest. After we go to our half butterfly, I'm going to fold my legs. I'm going to do this from the side so that you can see. And I want to squeeze my legs together and sit up really nice and tall. I'm going to rotate my shoulder in external rotation and lift my body up. And then take this over, lengthen through the spine, lift up, breathe in, exhale, look at your shoulder, over to the fish pose. It's getting out a nice spinal rinse. One more breath in. Then you're going to come back to neutral. Now I'm just going to move my body so that you can see, but you're just going to go to the other side. I'm going to squeeze my legs together, lift up, rotate out, and lift the body as I inhale. As I exhale, twist open, look at my shoulder. Big inhale, drive my body to the ceiling. Exhale, twist it open. And then come back to center. It gives you a nice transverse movement in that spine and makes you twist out and rinse out. Think about a corkscrew coming through your spine and you're rinsing it as you're lengthening through. Then I'm going to come down. We're going to continue. I'm just going to lay down really nice and gentle. Bring my knees up. Take my arms out to a T, and then I'm going to stack my hips into simple supine twist. You can then stretch your cervical spine by gently taking it to the opposite direction. Breath in, breath out. Whole of the goal here is to keep your shoulders on the mat. And then I'm just going to switch. So I'm going to restack my hips and then restack my cervical spine. Just giving it a nice rinse, working this IT band all the way down, giving it a nice stretch. My shoulders are comfortably laying on the ground. Just to rinse everything out. Move all those toxins, all that stress out. And I'm going to press my low back into the mat and take my legs up. So you could put your glutes on a block if you need to. I'm going to open my palms up. You could put your legs up the wall if you need to, or over a chair. Just to get some reverse blood flow, squeeze everything together. Big breath in, exhale out. One more breath in. As you exhale out, my palms of my feet are going to come together as I externally rotate at my hips into Supta Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Allow your hip joint and your hips just to open up and lay down. So I want my low back on the ground. Big breath in, big breath out. One more breath in, exhale that away. And go ahead and bring my knees back to center. And then take up space on my mat into my Shavasana. One big breath, exhale that away. Take your arms up over your head, squeeze your legs together, inhale. As you exhale, roll up into a little ball. Squeeze it all out. And then roll onto your side into your fetal position. Eyes closed. One more breath in and out. And then come back to your seated Sukhasana, where we started at the very beginning. Roll your shoulders back, tuck everything in. You should feel so good. Nice, tall, long, and lean. Take 2 more box breaths here. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold for 4. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Take one more big breath in. Sweep your arms up. Exhale it away. Roll the shoulders. Roll your elbows. One more big breath up. Exhale it out. You can lengthen out your legs now. You are done. Your box breathing, your parasympathetic nervous system, you're stretched, and you are ready for bed. If this helps you with de-stressing, balancing hormones, or sleeping better, I want you to practice this. You can do it as long or as little as you need. Fit it into your routine consistently, and you will feel better. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. I hope that you sleep well today. I hope that you are de-stressed, and I will see you for the next video.